Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and these patrons left it all up to me. All right, so I am wrapping up my last 3 custom planner spreads over on Patreon for the month of July, and these are going to be fun. So Melissa did request one for the new Little Mermaid movie, and so luckily I did pick up that Be Happy box. I've already used some of the stickers, but I'm excited to dig in and design a spread for her in a big vertical. And then we have Gianna and Debbie, and they said that I could do whatever I wanted. So I'm super excited to dive in, try some new things with their spreads, and we will just see how it all turns out. I am going to link everything that I used down in the description box below. Otherwise, I'll put you all on fast forward. Let's go. First up is going to be Melissa's Little Mermaid spread. She told me she's excited about the new movie and that she especially likes Melissa McCarthy as Ursula. And so we're going to feature Ursula on this spread. I'm starting out with some paper I got from a Recollections paper pad, which is from Michaels. That's the Michaels brand. And I think it's actually kind of meant to be sky. It's blue ombre into white. But I think when you turn it upside down, you totally can get the impression of being like under the sea. So we're going to use that as the basis. I trimmed out the vertical boxes, as you can see. So we're going to use that for the spread. Oops, time to change out the tape. Okay, new tape. Lots of adhesive right here, getting that down, and then we're going to start playing with the spread. Now, these are only big stickers. As of right now, the Happy Planner has only released these stickers as part of their Little Mermaid Find Your Voice Be Happy box. I did see that someone said they had seen a sticker book on Amazon, and then it was taken down. So I think a value pack, kind of the regular pack of stickers, is coming from the Happy Planner. That's my guess, but I haven't seen it pop up on Amazon yet, and it certainly hasn't been released on the Happy Planner website yet. So I'm using these big stickers, which means you got to kind of like pick and choose where you're going to have them. They're big. Like I said, this Ursula is ginormous because this is a big planner spread, and that's going to take up more than one box, but I think it looks super cool with her like tentacles falling over the top of the double box. I'm going to balance out that double box on the left side, and that's where we're going to feature Ariel. And we're going to have kind of a good into bad motif going on here. The Ariel that I wanted, most of the Ariels in this particular sticker book are on clear sticker paper. That looked weird with the patterned paper in the background. So all you have to do, if that's the case, if you don't like that it's on clear, is put it on some white copy paper and then trim it off. I just put it on bright white, 32 pound, and then trimmed it out, and then you can just use your adhesive. I do want to have the Sea Witch somewhere, like the label, but I couldn't figure out where. So I'm just going to end up moving it to the side, and I'm going to pull out a few of the extra little pieces, like the under the sea motif. Now, something that came up, you might not be able to tell right here, but when I was punching the holes on this scrapbook paper, I had a little issue, and some of the holes towards the bottom tore. I didn't have any more of the scrapbook paper to repunch, so the way I'm going to fix the fact that they tore a little bit is by putting stickers over the top. So those purple stickers that I layered over the middle are covering up the holes that got a little bit messed up. It's going to add an extra little bit of strength, and that way Melissa will still be able to pop this into her planner. There's almost always a way to fix things, you guys. That's something I like to remind everyone over and over again. It can be really frustrating when a sticker tears or your page tears or a hole punch ends up being weird, but there is almost always a way to fix something. And remember, things don't have to be perfect. I always try as hard as I can to make them absolutely perfect for my patrons, but I know that they understand too when things get a little bit wonky. But this was a good fix for that middle where the disc got punched a little weird. All right, so there's this washi tape in the book that is really thick, like this faux washi tape. I want to use it, but I'm going to use it at the top, and I'm going to cut it in half with my cool little like wavy line scissors. Those are like those old school scissors you guys remember from the 90s. Give me a shout out. Several of you have told me before. Those are the old school scissors, but look at that fun look with the like waves at the top, very under the sea. The second half, like I cut it in half, so I had two pieces. The second piece wasn't long enough to cover all four boxes, but that works out perfectly because I can add the seagull right up here at the top, just a little wide out, and he looks like he's about to attack Ursula, which I think is hilarious because he's the one, I think in the movie, I just saw this, so I should remember, I think he's the one that grabs the necklace. Like he starts fighting her for the necklace. Maybe Ariel does it in the end and then ends up smashing it on the ground. But the seagull definitely attacks Ursula. And then we're going to put Ursula's eels up there at the top. So, and that covers the other section that wasn't quite filled in from that faux washi. There is a lot going on the spread. We need to add some functionality with some boxes. I'm using JoJo's big jewel tone boxes. The jewel tones match really well with this whole Little Mermaid line. I really do hope they release another sticker book. Let me know down below. Are you hoping they release a classic size sticker book with this Little Mermaid line? I love these stickers. I have made my own spread with these stickers, and now I've made Melissa's spread, and I'm already ready for more Little Mermaid stickers. It was my favorite movie as a kid. That was like my Disney movie, my jam. I have seen the remake of it. I think it's beautifully done. So I'd love to see a little bit more Ariel. I think that would be a lot of fun. All right, I always like to have words, so let's add always be kind. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do Sea Witch, and then this is when I remembered, you know what? I can rearrange this. I can cut sea apart from witch, just like you see me here, and let's fill in this kind of awkward space, and then I can curve sea around, which I kind of dig. Love that. So I still get the sea witch in there. Love how that looks. The last little thing I want to do is add some bullet points. In this case, I'm going to do triangles in the jewel tones. Again, this is from Mojo Jojo Plans. She has great basics that you can use in your planner that mix and match with all kinds of different stickers. Love how this spread came together, and I think it's going to be really functional. All Melissa has to do is add the dates at the top, the month at the top, and it is ready to go. Let me know what you think of Melissa's Little Mermaid spread, and next up, I believe we're going to go with Debbie's spread next up. Stay tuned for that one as soon as I finish just cutting these last few holes. Done and done. All right, so Debbie said I could do whatever I wanted, and so did Gianna, who you'll see her spread next. And I decided for each of those, I want to grab a sticker book that I haven't really used yet. And for Debbie's, I grabbed Fresh Bouquet. So she uses a big dashboard. Dashboard is challenging for me to decorate. Let me know if you agree down below. I would say that decorating the vertical style comes the easiest to me, maybe the most natural, probably because I've done it the most. Dashboard challenges me somewhat. I'm getting much better because so many of my patrons love the dashboard layout, so I have lots more practice. But we're going to use this Fresh Bouquet, which is actually like a mom themed sticker book, but we're not really making this a mom themed spread. I'm going to combine it with the Squad Girls. This is part of the new Squad Girls line, the seasonal Squad Girls, and I'm going to pull some Squad Girls from the springtime. So this is kind of a spring spread, but you know what? It can be summer too. I just think it's a beautiful spread. That's kind of what I'm looking at it as. I'm looking at these girls hanging out in their garden, living their best life. I wish my garden looked like this. It does not, because my garden, I have a black thumb. I guess you would say. I certainly don't have a green thumb. I'm not good at keeping the things alive. So it's crazy. It's crazy how bad I am at it. Like, it shouldn't be as hard as it is, but man. However, I will celebrate flowers in my planner all over the place. So I went back and forth. Do I want to bring in another element to this? I thought for a hot second that I was going to bring in some stickers from Kelva Plan, but then the colors weren't really matching and I just couldn't really get it to work like I wanted it to work. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go with Squad Girls and the Fresh Bouquet sticker book and bring it together like that. It's a really bright, really pretty sticker book. Obviously, we're going like heavy on the pink here. There will be some teal and some coral mixed in. I think coral is like the surprise color in the sticker book. It's the color you don't necessarily expect to go with that pink and the teal, but I think it comes together beautifully. So we're gonna have a girl over here. When in doubt, add flowers. That's gonna be kind of the name of this spread. When in doubt, add flowers, because we're gonna have plenty of them pop up in the spread as we kind of work our way through. All right, this girl's gonna have flower. I love to put, when I'm working in the dashboard layout, I like to put things around the edges and fill in the bottom here. It can be tricky because I don't want to take up all of the writing room. I tend to just go for it on Sundays and do a lot of decor because I feel like people have less going on Sundays. If Debbie ends up having something, she can always add an extra functional box here or there to make this work. And there's actually a couple lines where she could put something in. This is some grid washi that's pretty darn thick, but it actually works really well in this big size planner because it fits right up here on the edge. And then I have on the dashboard side, I always like to change out these titles just for fun, just to give it a little bit more interest. So I'm going to white out those and add in these that have some gold foil, which picks up the gold foiling that I put down the middle really nicely. So I added important, focus on, big plans, and remember. And that side's looking pretty good. I want to add some other element to that side. Another girl was what I was thinking because I really like to have those in groups of 3. So I have one on the right, one on the left, and I thought one more. So let's add a double box so that the girls are kind of framing that out. And then the left side's looking pretty darn good. Taking my attention over to the right side, that's where the functionality is going to come in. So we're going to need some functional boxes, pulling from the Fresh Bouquet book. I also pulled out that label that says every day is a fresh start to put up at the top. So you have that box where it has Monday through Sunday. People use it for all different kinds of things. In fact, some of my patrons have come up with some fantastic ideas where they kind of section it off and use it as a tracking system. Genius. Love that. But we're going to just go a little bit generic up there just so that Debbie can use it however she wants. And I love that the Fresh Bouquet sticker book feels like it's not necessarily designed for a dashboard planner, I would say, but I like these long horizontal, especially the 1, 2, 3. Love me a good priority list. We're going to bring in a little bit more coral. As I'm finishing out the stickers on this side, I'm trying to be really careful to make sure I'm bringing in all of the colors. There's a lot of pink, obviously, but I wanted to bring in those splashes of corals, those little bit of teal. Love how that came across. So last thing I need to do on this spread, cut it apart and then punch the holes. Now I've had trouble punching holes with the We Are Memory Keepers disc punch when it's just clear stickers on the side, and one of my patrons, I believe, let me into this trick where you can just put white paper behind it and it makes it so much easier to cut. So there's a white piece of paper behind it, and yes, in fact, that makes it much easier to cut. It cuts much more cleanly instead of cutting just clear stickers. Do the same thing on both sides, and Debbie's spread is done. Debbie, I really hope you love your When in Doubt, Add Flowers spread. And next up is going to be Gianna. I had a little mishap with the beginning of Gianna's video, but the book I am using that I haven't used much is the Fun Brights Mega Sticker Book. And I loved all of the bright sayings in here. And I know that Gianna appreciates a colorful spread, so we're going for it. I pulled out JoJo's jewel tone shapes. That's what all of these circles are. And the circles in my head are where Gianna will be able to keep track of her schedule. That's like your appointment area. And I'm going to kind of fill in the rest. I wanted it to feel a little bit flowy. I wanted it to feel like there were all of these colorful sparkles in the background. I really considered doing, when Gianna said I could do whatever I wanted, I considered doing a Disney spread for her because she loves her some Disney. But then I just wanted a bright, colorful spread. Always makes me happy, and I think it'll make Gianna happy as well. So I'm using that, and then I'm also pulling out, this is a new sticker book. It's like fun icons or seasonal icons, something like that. It's really bright and cute, and these florals go really nicely. So we're going to add some of those in as well. And like I said, filling in all the way around, making sure all these little gaps, and I'm really taking up the top 2 rows of boxes with all of this decoration. I think because these circles are lined and there are so many lines in there, there's going to be a lot of space for her to write. And then I'm going to add a bunch of checklists at the bottom. It's still going to be super functional, but it is going to be a very full spread, especially once she fills it in the end. I'm trying to get all of like the nooks and crannies filled in, and you'll see I keep adding and moving things around almost all the way to the end just to make sure I'm filling it in as much as possible and using up all of the different sparkles or pretend sparkles that I have at my disposal. Because I had already done lined shapes in the middle, I decided I wanted to go with lines on the left-hand side as well. So I actually pulled from the classic size jewel tone boxes, not the big one, even though it's a big spread, but the classic size, because there are some great lined boxes in here. So we will add this teal one over on the side. And the saying, a beautiful day starts with a beautiful mindset. Love that. And I thought the green, this teal, would be a great place to list gratitude. And then we'll add one other functional box here at the top, and I will take some time to surround those with the faux sparkles as well. Those faux sparkles, those are a lot of fun. That Fun Brights mega book, that's actually a super great book. I'm loving it. All right, here you can see I'm filling in. I sped this part up a lot. These are all bullet points from Mojo Jojo's Jewel Tone Check It Off. It's like jewel tone and pastels together in one book for her check it off. And I love, like I said, I say it all the time, these sticker books come in really handy, especially when you're kind of creating your own theme and you don't necessarily have all the elements you need in one decorative sticker book. It's nice to have these around. And now you can see there's a ton of function because there's a ton of writing room over down in this bottom row. So she can write appointments, she can write to-dos, she can write all kinds of things over there. Let's finish this one up with sparkles. I'm going to add a few more word stickers because words inspire me. So all of these great sayings, it's a good day for a good day, choose happy, look on the bright side, hooray for today, yay, yay, yay. Love all of those. I have to do some moving around to get as many as possible to fit in there, but eventually I figure out the right configuration and Gianna's spread comes together really nicely. That is going to be it for these 3 planner spreads. Let me know what you think down below. Do you like Melissa's Little Mermaid spread? Do you like Debbie's When in Doubt Add Flowers spread? Or do you like Gianna's bright inspirational word spread? Let me know down in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. As always, I will link all of the supplies that I used down in the description box below so you can check those out if you are interested. I want to give a huge shout out to all of my Patreon members. We're having a great time. It's a fun community. If you've been looking for a place to express your creativity, to connect with others that share your similar passion for all things crafty, then check us out over on Patreon. You can start your free trial today. There's a link for Patreon down below. All right. I hope that you have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.